Is it real?
I don't know. Ask him.
This is going to be part of my ongoing crusade to get more people to watch Blade Runner 2049. I bought the 4K Blu-ray for this exquisite movie, and I completely soaked myself in all of its lush visuals and incredible storytelling. This is a profound accomplishment for everyone involved, but most particularly for Denis Villeneuve and his cinematographer Roger Deakins. The lighting and the production design is front and center in the sort of creative kind of wallop that this movie delivers. It looks and it sounds absolutely exquisite. This is one that you're going to want to have on the biggest screen you can find and the loudest stereo system that you can find, and just crank everything because it's gorgeous. There's a lot of bleakness. It's very dystopian, but the bursts of color and the incredible, just perfect special effects. Just the idea of these spinner cars and the bank moves that they can do in the air and the little bursts of violence that we get that are so professionally and wonderfully and artistically handled for us.
I'm the best one.
The one thing that I was really excited to learn about was the fact that most of the sets are practical and they're authentic and they have clickable buttons, and there was a real sort of air to create technology that had an analog kind of slant to it, the tactility to it. And Ryan Gosling, and like every other actor on the movie, was completely blown away by these elaborate sets and this gorgeous lighting and just the look and feel of these environments that Denis Villeneuve, Roger Deakins and their production team put together for everybody. So Gosling opted to stay on the sets as much as he possibly could, so he got used to them. So he wasn't looking at them with any kind of emotional, wide-eyed, awe, which is how we watch the movie. And I thought that was a great choice. And if you watch as Officer K throughout this thing, he is, just a beat-up, tormented replicant that's searching for a meaning, and it's wonderful work, and it's wonderful work by Harrison Ford as well, and all of the cast, who are celebrated in the behind-the-scenes stuff.
You can pick up your bonus.
I'm a little bit let down that most of the special features on this disc are, kind of junket style, a little EPK, sort of made for, news magazines and things like that. And I would have rather seen more of the struggle to get this thing done, because honestly, this is a sequel, 30 plus years in the making? What took so long? The first movie, didn't do that well in the box office, of course, but it became a big hit over time. And it's such a cool world and such a cool universe, and I think Harrison Ford was open to revisiting things, even though the much publicized animosity between he and Ridley Scott at the time of shooting the original Blade Runner. He has always kind of respected the value of the film and the quality of the film. So the story, I think, about this movie getting made, especially if you're crafting special features and behind-the-scenes stuff, is why it took so long. Why did it end up with Denis Villeneuve? And let's hear a little bit about the twist and we don't really.
Not much on it.
I have to tell you, though, the movie stands on its own. This is one of those films where you almost don't want to peek behind the curtain and see who the Wizard of Oz is. You just want to get lost in the lush visuals. There's a lot of, sort of open-endedness to the storytelling in this, which is deliberate, and there's a lot of absolutely kind of on-the-nose questioning about what the morality would be if we created artificial beings, which is what the first Blade Runner film kind of explored, and this takes it to some brand new levels for us. It's very mature storytelling. But it also leaves you with a lot of questions, which I think is also part of my enjoyment of the film. This is one that I know I will look on and watch and rewatch for the rest of my life.
I do hope you're satisfied with the product.
This is it's my favorite 4K that I have. It was the best movie of 2017. Probably going to be my favorite movie of 2018, if I'm being honest. But Blade Runner 4K Blu-ray, it's definitely worth picking up. I wish there were some deeper special features that really went into the story of and the struggle to get this thing made. I also wish all those special features were on the 4K disc. I don't like that I have to pop out another disc and stick the Blu-ray in, which is going to have less of a cinematic quality than the film. I think every production house that's working with these major studios is shooting in 4K. Let's have it on the 4K disc. Anyways, quibbles.
You did good.
It's wonderful. It's beautiful. See this in 4K if you can. The Blade Runner 2049 4K disc gets a 10 out of 10 from me.